South Park has been secretly documenting the rise and fall of American entrepreneurship for over 25 years. Across 327 episodes, the show has featured over 100 businesses, most of them started by the main characters, as get-rich-quick schemes that inevitably spiral into disaster. And today, I'm going through every business started in South Park and what they taught us. The foundation failure. The most important and famous business lesson in television history came from creatures that had absolutely no idea what they were doing. The Underpants Gnomes Corporation appeared in Season 2's Gnomes episode, running what they believed was a foolproof business operation. Their business model was elegantly simple. Phase 1. Collect underpants. Phase 2. Phase 3. Profit. The gnomes had massive warehouses full of stolen underwear and could infiltrate any bedroom undetected. They were completely obsessed with Phase 3 and constantly talked about all the profit they were going to make. But when the boys asked them how collecting underwear actually leads to profit,
well, Phase 3 is profit, get it?
The gnomes just repeated Phase 2 phase like it was obvious. They genuinely believed that if they collected enough underpants, money would magically appear. The business continues operating with the gnomes maintaining their operations, but their plan remains illogical and satirical. This three-step plan became the most quoted business reference in South Park history because it perfectly captures every failed startup that focuses on growth metrics while completely ignoring monetization strategy. The lesson is fundamental. If you cannot explain exactly how your business makes money in one simple sentence, you don't have a business model. You have an expensive hobby that burns cash. But at least the gnomes were working hard. The entertainment industry produced even more spectacular failures, could replicate success without understanding the work involved. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls started in Season 2's Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls, when Chef created a food stand during South Park's film festival. He had a product people genuinely wanted, attracted crowds during the event,
I call them Chef's Salty Chocolate Balls,
and generated real demand while targeting pretentious film festival attendees. The business was successful in drawing crowds temporarily, but had no long-term fate mentioned since it was tied directly to the festival's end.
It's all gone to hell, children, and we're all to blame, even me.
This taught that event-based businesses can generate quick cash, but they're not built for sustainability unless you can replicate the conditions that created initial demand. Finger Bang emerged in Season 4's Something You Can Do With Your Finger, when Cartman formed a boy band with the boys to make money through auditions and performances. The scheme involved trying to capitalize on the boy band trend with minimal talent or preparation.
How I can make $10 million. How? Boy band, boy band, boy band.
The band dissolved after poor performance with no lasting success. This highlighted how partnership businesses fail when members have different commitment levels. Cartman wanted quick fame and money, while the other boys weren't willing to put in the professional work required. The unnamed talent agency appeared in Season 9's Wing when the boys started managing and promoting Tolkien's talents.
From now on, we are an entertainment team, Token. You just do all the singing, all the performing, and all the entertaining, and leave the rest to us.
They attempted to profit from representing someone else's abilities rather than developing their own skills. The venture was short-lived, with the episode focusing on failure and the learning curve of talent management. This showed how agency businesses require understanding both the talent and the market, not just the desire to take a percentage of someone else's work. These entertainment failures revealed that success in creative industries requires far more than just recognizing trends or having initial enthusiasm. Corporate parodies. South Park's most sophisticated business commentary came through parodies that exposed how real corporations actually operate versus their public image, starting with the Coffee Wars. Starbucks opened in Season 2's Gnomes as a corporate coffee chain threatening local Tweak Bros coffee. Despite being set up as the villain representing corporate expansion into small markets, Starbucks actually provided superior coffee at competitive prices while the local business owner manipulated children into creating anti-corporate propaganda. The resolution was peaceful, with the local owner taking over the branch and coexisting with Tweak Bros. This taught that large corporations often succeed because they're better at business fundamentals, not because they're inherently evil. Competition can benefit everyone when businesses focus on serving customers. Walmart created the most devastating critique of corporate power in Season 8's Something Walmart This Way Comes. The superstore opened in town, causing local businesses to close due to its supernatural elements and irresistible low prices that the townspeople couldn't resist despite wanting to support local businesses.
We have to find a way to put the South Park Walmart out of business once and for all.
Walmart was eventually destroyed after boycott and smashing its heart, a mirror symbolizing consumers, but the building collapsed. This revealed that retail giants are manifestations of consumer desire itself. Corporate power comes entirely from customer purchasing decisions, not corporate coercion. Raisins operated in Season 7's Raisins as a parody of Hooters, employing preteen girls as waitresses who flirted with customers to extract money. The restaurant was featured in multiple episodes and social scenes, suggesting sustainable profitability through its exploitative business model. The business was shut down due to COVID-19 pandemic, with the building shown dilapidated with lease signs. This demonstrated how businesses that exploit emotional manipulation can be profitable short-term, but are vulnerable to external economic forces and social changes. The exploitation era. As the characters evolved, their business ventures became increasingly exploitative and morally questionable, reflecting the show's critique of how capitalism can incentivize harmful behavior. Butters' Bottom Bitch started in season 13 when Butters began a kissing service after paying for his first kiss,
So you got money?
Oh, money. Right.
which expanded into pimping without him understanding he was unknowingly involving prostitutes. Butters abandoned it out of guilt when he realized what was happening, but the girls kept the money with no arrests mentioned. This showed how people can accidentally become involved in harmful business practices through naivety, and how difficult extraction becomes once you're involved. The Crack Baby Athletic Association emerged in season 15's Crack Baby Athletic Association, when Cartman, Kyle, and friends formed an association exploiting crack-addicted babies in fights for profit, complete with video game deals and merchandising. The business was screwed by EA Sports with an orphanage built mysteriously, and the business ending abruptly. This satirized how corporations exploit vulnerable populations for entertainment while maintaining plausible deniability about the harm they cause. Pitiaf Bracelet Factory appeared in season 16's A Cause for Applause, creating bracelets for charitable causes but tied to a Jesus scandal that destroyed public support.
All over the country, people are having their "What Would Jesus Do" wristbands cut off.
The factory was destroyed by enraged Jesus followers when the proprietor was defeated in religious controversy. This demonstrated how businesses relying on social causes can be destroyed by controversy regardless of their actual intentions or impact. These exploitation-based businesses all failed because they were fundamentally unsustainable. You can't build lasting success on harming other people, even if you generate short-term profits. The startup boom. Later seasons captured modern startup culture through businesses that prioritized funding and media attention over actual value creation, perfectly satirizing entrepreneurial trends. The Washington Redskins startup company epitomized everything wrong with modern entrepreneurship in season 18's Go Fund Yourself. The boys started a company doing absolutely nothing but funded via Kickstarter using the controversial Redskins name amid trademark disputes. Their servers were destroyed in a raid by the football team and the boys lost access to funds. This satirized how startups can raise millions based on compelling stories and controversial branding while producing nothing of value for customers or investors. The business model was purely extractive. Take money from people based on promises, then hope to figure out delivery later. When legal challenges emerged, there was no real business to protect. This represented the worst aspects of startup culture, where entrepreneurs focus on fundraising theater rather than building sustainable companies that solve real problems. Adult business evolution. As the show's creators aged, business ventures became more sophisticated and reflected adult concerns about work, responsibility, and economic sustainability. Tegrity Farms started in season 22's Tegrity Farms when Randy moved his family to a farm and began growing weed while opposing vaping use of his product. The business has been ongoing since then, expanding to Tegrity Weed and becoming central to Randy's character arc, surviving multiple conflicts. Unlike most South Park businesses, Tegrity Farms succeeded because it provided a product people wanted, had sustainable operations, and adapted to market changes. Randy treated it as a serious long-term business rather than a get-rich-quick scheme. Amazon Fulfillment Center opened in season 22's Unfulfilled and Bike Parade, employing locals while satirizing poor working conditions and corporate dominance of small communities. When workers struck, the center persisted with no specific fate mentioned, appearing in later episodes. This showed how customer dependency on convenience creates business models that can survive worker unrest and public criticism. City Walk appeared in multiple episodes as an ongoing Chinese restaurant run by Tuang Lu Kim, who also owns City Airlines. The business appears in games and hosts events like cockfights, representing one of the few consistently profitable enterprises. The restaurant is ongoing and hosts various events, demonstrating how businesses that serve genuine community needs can achieve long-term sustainability. Casa Bonita operates in season 7's Casa Bonita as a restaurant based on an actual location, featured when Cartman schemes to visit for his birthday celebration. The business was unaffected by Cartman's arrest, showing how well-established businesses can survive individual customer problems and maintain operations regardless of specific incidents. The Cartman Empire. Research shows Cartman starts the most businesses in South Park, with 13 documented ventures following the same pattern of elaborate schemes for quick profit that collapse due to ethical problems or poor execution. Cartman Burger represents multiple food-related schemes from various Cartman-founded categories. Details are sparse, but they likely involve some form of deception or exploitation that makes them unsustainable, with many ventures failing quickly due to ethics or exposure. The pattern with Cartman's businesses reveals he's excellent at identifying market opportunities and creating initial excitement, but terrible at execution and ethics. He always wants the rewards of ownership without accepting the responsibilities. This makes him the perfect character to satirize entrepreneurial culture, because he embodies the worst tendencies of people who want to start up, cash in, sell out, and bro down without creating actual value. The success stories. Very few businesses in South Park actually succeed long-term, reflecting the show's cynical view of entrepreneurship and capitalism. The businesses that do survive share common characteristics. They provide genuine value to customers rather than relying on manipulation or exploitation. They have sustainable business models that don't depend on temporary conditions or external funding. Most importantly, they're run by people who treat them as serious long-term commitments. Tegrity Farms, City Walk, and Casa Bonita represent the rare success stories because they focus on serving customers and maintaining operations rather than maximizing short-term profits or gaining media attention. The real lessons. Every business started in South Park teaches the same fundamental lessons about entrepreneurship and capitalism. Success requires genuine value creation, not just clever marketing or initial excitement. Sustainable businesses serve customer needs rather than exploiting them. Most importantly, business ownership requires long-term commitment and ethical behavior, not just the desire to get rich quickly. The show's business failures are so consistent, they become predictable. Any venture started for purely selfish reasons will collapse. The businesses all fail for the same reasons real businesses fail: poor planning, unethical practices, unsustainable models, and founders who want rewards without responsibilities. But the show's greatest insight is that business failure often stems from character flaws rather than market conditions. These aren't just comedy storylines, they're case studies in everything wrong with modern entrepreneurial culture, disguised as entertainment that teaches us how business really works, while making us laugh at human nature's worst impulses. If you enjoyed this video and want to see 7 South Park business ideas that can make you a millionaire,